Maria Martinez?
Yes, that's me.
Hi, I am Officer Leo Brown, and I will conduct your naturalization interview today.
Oh, that's great. Thank you, officer.
Please follow me. How are you doing today?
It's great. Thank you. And how about you?
I am good too. Thank you for asking. Can I have your USCIS appointment letter, passport, green card, and state-issued ID?
Sure. Here you go.
Thank you very much. Please put your things beside your chair and have a seat.
Thank you.
How long did it take you to get here?
It took 30 minutes to get here.
How did you get here today?
My sister drove me here.
Where is she now?
She is waiting outside for me.
Did you have any trouble finding our building?
No, officer, it was quite easy.
Did you come here voluntarily?
Yes, I did. I've been looking forward to this day.
Do you understand why you are here today?
Yes, I am here for my citizenship interview.
Why do you want to become a U.S. citizen?
Because I want to vote.
Do you feel well prepared for your interview today?
Yes, I do.
That's great. How long have you been waiting for me?
I have been waiting for about 1 hour.
I am sorry to have kept you waiting.
No worries, officer.
How are you eligible to become a United States citizen?
I have been a lawful permanent resident for over 5 years.
How was the traffic today?
Not too bad.
Do you have any physical disability or mental impairment that prevents you from demonstrating your knowledge and understanding any part or question of the naturalization exam?
No.
If you do not understand any question, feel free to ask me to repeat it.
Okay.
Do you have any questions before we start?
No, I don't.
Are you ready for your interview?
Yes, officer, I am ready.
Okay. Will you please stand up and raise your right hand? Before the interview, I will place you under oath. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly affirm that the statements you are about to make will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Please put down your hand and take a seat.
Thank you, officer.
Do you know what you just promised?
Yes, officer. I promise to tell the truth.
Do you know what take an oath means?
It's a public promise that I have to do truthfully.
Please let me know if any of your answers have changed since submitting your application.
Sure.
What is your first name?
Maria.
What is your last name?
Martinez.
Please spell your last name.
Martinez.
What is your middle name?
I don't have any middle name.
Have you used any other name before?
No.
Do you want to change your name legally?
No.
Can you verify your social security number, please?
170582105.
Can you please verify your date of birth?
It's September 2nd, 1996.
What is your country of citizenship?
Mexico.
Have you used any other names since your birth?
No.
What is your current address?
5702 Bataan Memorial, Las Cruces, New York.
What is name exactly as it appears on your permanent resident card?
Maria Martinez.
What is the best number to reach you?
602-098-1068.
What is your mailing address?
The same address where I am living now.
What is your country of birth?
Mexico.
Where else have you lived the last 5 years?
I have been living at the same address since last 5 years.
Have you lived in another address before?
No.
Do you still live in the same place since you've applied for citizenship?
Yes.
When did you become a lawful permanent resident?
I became a lawful permanent resident on December 15, 2016.
Are either of your parents US citizens?
No.
Were your parents married before your 18th birthday?
No.
Where do your parents live now?
In Mexico.
How did you become a lawful permanent resident?
Through a petition for alien relative.
Are you currently single, married, divorced, or widowed?
I am single.
Have you had any previous marriages?
No.
Have you taken any trips outside the US in the last 5 years?
Yes, I had 2 trips outside the US in the last 5 years.
Where were those trips?
One of those was in Mexico, and another was in Canada.
What was the reason of each trip?
I went to Mexico to meet my parents, and went to Canada to visit tourist spots.
Were any of your trips for 6 months or more?
No.
Where was your last trip abroad?
My last trip was in Mexico.
What was the purpose of your trip?
To attend a family program.
How long did you stay there?
I stayed there for about 2 weeks.
Now we will start with the civics test to test your knowledge of U.S. history and government. In the civics portion, I will ask you up to 10 questions. However, if you answer 6 correctly, I will stop. Okay, are you ready?
Yes, I am ready.
What is the rule of law?
Everyone must follow the law.
In what month do we vote for president?
November.
What is the name of the Speaker of the House of Representatives now?
Mike Johnson.
What are two rights of everyone living in the United States?
Freedom of religion. Freedom of speech.
When is the last day you can send in federal income tax forms?
April 15.
What major event happened on September 11, 2001 in the United States?
Terrorists attacked the United States.
Great job. You passed the civics test.
Thank you, officer.
Now we will go over your N400 application. If you do not understand a question, feel free to ask me to repeat it. Okay, are you ready?
Yes, I am ready.
Do you support the Constitution and form of government of the United States?
Yes, I do.
What does the Constitution mean?
It is the supreme law of the land.
Do you understand the full oath of allegiance to the United States?
Yes, I do.
Do you understand what oath of allegiance is?
A promise to be loyal to the United States.
If the law requires it, are you willing to perform non-combatant services in the U.S. Armed Forces?
Yes.
What are non-combatant services?
Assist the military without engaging in fighting.
If the law requires it, are you willing to bear arms on behalf of the United States?
Yes.
What does bear arms mean?
To own or use a gun.
Do you understand the meaning of bearing arms on behalf of the United States?
To carry and use weapons on behalf of the United States as per law.
If the law requires it, are you willing to perform work of national importance under civilian direction?
Yes.
What is work of national importance?
Tasks that are important to a nation.
What does civilian mean?
A person who is not in the military.
Do you understand what civilian direction means?
The guidance by non-military personnel.
Give me an example to perform work of national importance.
To help with a major emergency like a fire, flood, or earthquake.
Are you willing to take the full oath of allegiance to the United States?
Yes, officer.
Were you ever involved in any way with genocide?
No.
Do you know what genocide is?
To kill a whole race.
Have you ever claimed to be a U.S. citizen in writing or any other way?
No.
Please define claim.
To say something is true.
What does claim to be a U.S. citizen mean?
To state that I am a U.S. citizen.
Do you understand the meaning of have you ever?
In my lifetime.
Have you ever committed, assisted in committing, or attempted to commit a crime or offense for which you were not arrested?
No, officer.
Have you ever been a member of, or in any way associated either directly or indirectly with a terrorist organization?
No, never.
What is a terrorist organization?
An organization that uses violence against people.
Have you ever lied to any U.S. government officials to gain entry or admission into the United States or gain immigration benefits in the United States?
No, officer.
Have you ever been in jail or prison?
No, never.
Have you ever been declared legally incompetent or been confined to a mental institution?
No, never.
Do you know what legally incompetent means?
Can't make any decision as per law because of mental problem.
Did you ever receive any type of military, paramilitary, or weapons training?
No.
Have you called yourself a non-U.S. resident on a federal, state, or local tax return since you became a lawful permanent resident?
No.
What is non-U.S. resident?
A person who does not live in the U.S.
Have you ever helped anyone to enter or try to enter the United States illegally?
No.
Have you ever made any misrepresentation to obtain any public benefit in the United States?
No, officer.
Were you ever involved in any way with not letting someone practice his or her religion?
No, never.
Do you owe any overdue federal, state, or local taxes?
No.
What does owe taxes means?
To have a debt.
Have you ever been arrested, cited, or detained by any law enforcement officer for any reason?
No, officer.
Do you now have, or did you ever have a hereditary title or an order of nobility in any foreign country?
No, I don't.
What is hereditary title?
A royal title such as prince or princess.
Have you ever not filed a federal, state, or local tax return since you became a lawful permanent resident?
No.
What does it mean to file a tax return?
To send tax paperwork to the government.
Have you ever been convicted of a crime or offense?
No.
Have you ever given any U.S. government officials any information or documentation that was false, fraudulent, or misleading?
No, never.
Have you ever married someone in order to obtain an immigration benefit?
No.
What is immigration benefit?
An advantage that is related to immigration.
Now we're going to move on to the reading and writing portions to test your ability to read and write English. First, we'll start with the reading portion. Please look at the tablet in front of you and read the sentence out loud for me. You need to get 1 out of 3 sentences correct to pass. Okay?
Okay.
Please read this sentence.
What city was the first capital of the United States?
Correct. Congratulations. You have passed your reading test.
Thank you, officer.
Now we're going to move on to the writing portion. I want you to write the sentence down on the tablet that I'm going to say out loud. You need to get 1 out of 3 sentences correct to pass. Okay?
Okay.
Please write this sentence. Delaware was one of the first states of the United States.
Would you please say that once again?
Okay. Please write this sentence. Delaware was one of the first states of the United States. Correct. Congratulations. You've passed the English reading and writing test. And also, you have passed your naturalization interview.
Thank you, officer.
Now I want you to review all of the information on the tablet to make sure it's accurate. Let me know if there are any mistakes.
Okay. Everything looks good.
Okay. So please sign the box on the tablet to affirm that everything you said during the interview and all of the evidence that you've submitted is complete and true.
Okay. Thank you.
Please review the Oath of Allegiance section. Make sure you agree to all of the statements. Then you can print your name and sign and date on the tablet.
Okay.
Just give me a minute. I need to run a quick background check and copy all of your documents.
Sure. Take your time, please.
All right. Thank you for your patience. I've completed all of your copies. So here are all of your originals and the copy of your test result.
Thank you.
Now we can administer the oath.
Wow. That would be great.
Please stand up, raise your right hand, and repeat after me. I hereby declare, on oath, that I absolutely and entirely renounce
I hereby declare, on oath, that I absolutely and entirely renounce
and abjure all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince,
and abjure all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince,
potentate, state, or sovereignty, of whom or which I have heretofore been a subject or citizen,
potentate, state, or sovereignty, of whom or which I have heretofore been a subject or citizen,
that I will support and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States of America against all enemies,
that I will support and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States of America against all enemies,
foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I will bear arms on behalf of the United States when required by the law,
that I will bear arms on behalf of the United States when required by the law,
that I will perform non-combatant service in the armed forces of the United States,
That I will perform non-combatant service in the armed forces of the United States.
When required by the law.
When required by the law.
That I will perform work of national importance under civilian direction when required by the law.
That I will perform work of national importance under civilian direction when required by the law.
And that I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
And that I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. From now you are officially a U.S. citizen.
Wow, thank you, officer. I am so happy.
Now I will print your naturalization certificate. It will take some time to print. So please wait for a while in the waiting area.
Sure. Take your time, please.
After receiving your naturalization certificate, do not forget to check its accuracy before you sign in. And you must sign it with a black ink pen.
Okay.
Just a couple of other things you need to do. You need to update your Social Security status to register to vote.
Definitely. I will do.
You can also apply for your passport if you have any plan to travel outside of the United States.
Okay.
Do you have any questions at this point?
Yes, officer. Is there anything I need to do or must take with me during the oath-taking ceremony?
Oh, no need to worry about that. Just make sure you have with you your green card and state-issued ID when you come to the ceremony.
Okay. Thank a lot, officer.
You're welcome. Again, congratulations. Okay, let me walk you out.